KATSEYE can also be 5 members. KATSEYE is much bigger than just 1 member. We need girls who do their job. If 1 out of 6 members leaves KATSEYE and the group continues as 5, that's fine too, meaning Manon is not necessary. But I'm not the one saying this. Daniela's father is. I wonder if the one who had left the group had been Daniela, would he have made such harsh statements? Let's put that aside for a moment. After Manon announced that she would be taking a break from the group, welcome to this video where we evaluate the statements made by Daniela's father, the insinuative posts liked by Manon, and past events that we can only now fully understand when looking back. Before moving on with the video, I will also have some brief responses later on to the ridiculous comments made under my previous video. Now, so as not to waste the time of those who are curious about the topic, I'm getting straight into it. I think we should start with Daniela's father first because honestly, the man practically set social media on fire with the comments he made. By the way, after this point in the video, I will refer to Daniela's father simply as father, just so you know. First of all, after the news of Manon taking a hiatus was released, Daniela's father left the following comments under posts related to the situation. The show must go on, with or without all of them or 1 member. KATSEYE is bigger than 1 girl. Come back when you're ready to work. We need girls who do their job. KATSEYE is very strong. The show must go on. And in response to a fan who said that KATSEYE consists of 6 members and that the group would not be the same without all of them, he replied, 5 is fine too. Now, here's what I think about these comments. The 5 members is fine too remark, especially while Manon is still officially a member of the group, felt a bit hurtful to me. And in the comments saying, we need girls who can work, it almost sounded as if Manon were being labeled as lazy, as if she doesn't work and the group would be better off without her. Yet the reason given for Manon's hiatus was health issues. For that reason, I don't think comments that come across as excluding her should have been made. Right now, you can see the father's comments all over social media. On Reddit and other platforms, hundreds of threads have been opened, and everyone is talking about how terrible these comments are. In fact, due to the backlash, the father temporarily deactivated his social media account. But before deactivating it, he tried to smooth things over by posting stories along the lines of, "We miss Manon and wish her a speedy recovery and return." However, when those stories also received criticism, he apparently decided to deactivate his account. In general, on Reddit, there were thread titles such as, "Daniela's father is the biggest PR disaster among any idol's parents." Daniela's father is actually crazy. What is wrong with Daniela's father? Why isn't Daniela addressing her father's behavior? Of course, Daniela's father making such divisive comments also turned Daniela herself into a target, because fans started thinking who knows what is being said at home if he feels comfortable enough to make comments like this publicly. And one particular response from him intensified the anger toward Daniela even more. A fan criticized the father's comments by saying, "If you truly loved her, you wouldn't have made that comment about Manon knowing that people would attack Daniela because of it." In response, the father wrote, "Fans will act like fans. First and foremost, I spoke with Daniela." In other words, he implied that Daniela was aware of everything he had written. When these comments resurfaced, what happened during Thanksgiving last year also came back into discussion. For those who don't know, Daniela's family hosted a Thanksgiving dinner, and the KATSEYE members were there all except one person, Manon. When people reacted to this situation, Manon later explained during a live broadcast that she had spent Thanksgiving with her friends. Still, while all the other girls were together, Manon being elsewhere further fueled the perception that she was being excluded within the group. And honestly, looking at where we are today, these comments make me understand more clearly why Manon might not have been there that day. I wouldn't want to go somewhere either if I felt criticized and unwanted to that extent. Going back to Daniela's father, this wasn't the first time he had drawn attention with his comments in the past. He has genuinely shared some very strange and controversial remarks. For example, there was this video on TikTok. Someone posted a video of Daniela with a caption that roughly meant, "Congratulations to the person who is with her every night." The father reshared and liked that video. Many people found that behavior inappropriate. There's also this video. On top of a clip where Daniela and another member are dancing face to face on stage, someone had written a caption saying something like, "Kiss her," and the father shared that on his story. And there was also a Facebook post featuring a poll between Blackpink member Lisa and Daniela. Under that post, he commented, "Daniela is much better trained. Plus, as a Latina, she has more advantages compared to Asian artists. Her hips are unmatched." Honestly, when I first saw that comment, I immediately thought it had to be fake because it was such a divisive statement. First of all, he once again commented on his own daughter's body saying her hips were amazing. On top of that, he belittled Asian artists by implying that Latina artists are superior, and he added that Daniela is far better trained than Lisa. I mean, Wow. And then there's this comment that honestly made me laugh. Someone on TikTok posted a video saying, Daniela's obsession with wearing low-rise everything is so funny to me. And the father commented underneath, who are you to have an opinion? It's best if you just shut your mouth. So right now, I'm genuinely curious what you think about all these comments and posts. Does this situation only seem strange to me, or do you agree with me? Please let me know. Now, let's set Daniela's father's posts aside for a moment, because in just the past 2 days, a lot more has happened. And I'm sure that even while I'm recording this video, new things are unfolding. First of all, a video that Manon liked on her social media account caused a huge stir because the topic of the video was about the only black girl in girl groups. In other words, it focused on the issue of being the sole black member in a girl group. In the caption of the video referring to Manon, it said, another black girl once again subjected to racism and mistreatment by the company. The video first talks about the news of Manon taking a hiatus. Then it gives examples such as Normani from Fifth Harmony and Ligan from Little Mix, implying that in multi-ethnic groups, the single black member is often subjected to racism or poor treatment. And Manon liked that video. Let me read the caption again. Another black girl once again subjected to racism and mistreatment by the company. Honestly, I was very surprised that Manon liked this because it felt like she was implying that she had experienced mistreatment by the company. Another topic that was widely discussed online during this period was the claim that Daniela had copied Manon's style. Here's how people see it. During the debut era, Daniela was known for her blonde hair, minimal makeup, and very fair complexion. Manon, on the other hand, had a bolder style that emphasized her sharp facial features. But later on, Daniela made a very noticeable change in her style, and personally, I actually love this new look. However, people started claiming that this new style was a copy of Manon and that she was imitating her. For example, dyeing her hair darker and styling it similarly to Manon's, opting for fuller lip makeup, choosing a bronzed look, and switching to an eyebrow style similar to Manon's all fueled these accusations. Here, I'm also putting their photos side by side, and you can share your thoughts in the comments. Right now, because of Daniela's father's comments, many people have started bringing up past incidents between Daniela and Manon again. For example, during the Popstar Academy period, Naisha congratulated Lara on Instagram and said things like, even if it's not me, I want there to be only one black girl in the lineup, and then added that Lara would be the only one representing black and brown girls in KATSEYE. But Manon was also in the group, and Naisha's comment was actually seen as a direct reference to Manon, because Naisha did not consider Manon black enough due to her being biracial. After that comment, Daniela and Naisha were seen having dinner together. People criticized Daniela for spending time with someone who had made such remarks about Manon, or people reshared videos from Manon's very first day in the competition, claiming that Daniela's facial expressions in those clips made it seem like she was uncomfortable with Manon. According to these claims, because Manon is very beautiful and was included in the competition directly by HYBE without going through eliminations, the other contestants may have perceived her as a threat. So right now, thousands of old posts are resurfacing on social media. People are truly dissecting every past incident in detail. Speaking of the past, before continuing the video, I also want to clarify something. Right now, every gossip page and all of social media are talking about this situation. But when I present the allegations, incidents, and so-called evidence that are circulating, I see comments reacting as if I made all of this up myself. Guys, everything I talk about is already being discussed on X and Reddit with millions of interactions. I don't include anything in my videos that I haven't seen being widely talked about. And lately, because I've made several KATSEYE videos, some of you assume that I'm a KATSEYE anti. I'm neither an anti nor a fan of any group, but KATSEYE is actually one of the groups I genuinely like, and I've always said that. However, since there have been so many issues happening within KATSEYE recently, I've made a lot of videos about them, and I'll probably continue to do so. If you don't want to watch KATSEYE related content, there are hundreds of videos about other groups on my channel that you can check out instead. Anyway, let's move on to the topic because, like I said, there have been many new developments. After Manon announced her hiatus from group activities, a lot of rumors started circulating. One of them was related to Palestine. For those who don't know, after one concert, Manon shouted, "Free Palestine." Following that incident, some people claimed that HYBE and Geffen Records, who were alleged by some to be Zionist, distanced Manon from the group because of this. But honestly, that explanation doesn't make much sense to me. Other group members have also addressed the Palestine issue during their broadcasts and even shared donation links on their profiles. So Manon wasn't the only one who did something related to that topic. For that reason, I don't think this was the actual cause behind her hiatus. After everything that happened, some other artists showed gestures of support for Manon. For example, SEA liked a Reels post that claimed Manon had been excluded from the group, subjected to racism, and criticized HYBE and Geffen. She also commented, "Amazing girl" about Manon. Singer Chloe Bailey shared a post on her social media saying, "I'm saddened by Manon's situation," showing her support. Normani from Fifth Harmony and Leanne friend from Little Mix, both of whom have previously spoken openly about experiencing racism, also started following Manon. As of now, this is the current situation. Like I said in my previous video, I'm sure we'll be talking about this a lot more because things are definitely not calming down. So if you don't want to miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you all so much. Goodbye.